Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Stories of Yanko back with another video. And y'all know I usually don't use tweets in my videos, but you know, hey, I just like this take. I saw it yesterday on Twitter, and I just feel like I want to elaborate on what this guy is saying because I never saw Damian Lillard's time in Portland this way. And it makes a lot of sense now, given the report that came out today, but I'm going to get into that later in the video. Damian Lillard might have been holding the Portland Trailblazers hostage this entire time. You know, many people was like, oh, you know, he's rotting in Portland and this and that. But I think there's more evidence to say that Damian Lillard would have already been traded if he never started his whole loyalty campaign and not running from the grind. Like, I truly believe that Damian Lillard possibly would have already been out of Portland. They probably would have already dealt him and started a rebuild a lot sooner, because I think the way that Joe Cronin, the way that he's been acting, his demeanor, I don't think that they wanted Dame there for as long as I guess he wanted to be there. You know, I think they was like, you know, he held us hostage here, and now we want a proper return for him. And Dame went about this whole situation weird, because if you just look back at when Dame started this whole quote-unquote loyalty campaign and making it his brand, you know, even though he got clowned for it now, like, he made it his entire brand around when DeMar DeRozan got traded. This was not always Damian Lillard's stick. It wasn't. When DeMar DeRozan got traded from the Raptors to the San Antonio Spurs for Kawhi Leonard, then all of a sudden, oh, you know, I'm Mr. Loyal, you boys chumps, all this other stuff, right? Because I don't think Dame wanted to get dealt. I don't think Dame wanted to be traded. I think he was comfortable with having no expectations in Portland. I think he was comfortable with being a big fish in a small pond, and Portland knew that he wasn't that guy. So it was like, you know what, fuck it. We'll sell tickets, because he pretty much handicapped them. He was like, you know, we'll pay you. You'll sell us tickets. We know that you're not going to be the guy to get us over the hump. And it was a weird situation, because look at how Joe Cronin has acted throughout this entire process. It seems like they've been wanted Dame gone. It seemed like they couldn't trade him because of the quote-unquote optics of trading the guy who's so loyal and so this and so that, right? So when people are talking about, oh, Dame was loyal this, loyal that, Dame never even got them to the finals. People talk about Damian Lillard like he's a two-time MVP. He's gotten them to multiple conference finals appearances or to finals, and he has scoring titles. He don't have none of that shit. The only time he made it to the conference finals was against the injured Warriors team, and he got swept while leading in every fourth quarter of that series. Like, he's not clutch. But pretty much what happened was Damian Lillard got tired of the narrative surrounding his name. He wanted to be remembered amongst the greats, you know? He wanted to be like, you know what? These guys ain't going to remember me, because sure, they put his name in conversations with the Kyries, the Currys, and the Russes now, but he's going to get lost like a Charles Barkley. They're not going to talk about him, and Charles Barkley is way better than Damian Lillard. So it's like, you know, it's just this modern discourse around basketball. A lot of people have no idea who the hell Bill Walton is. A lot of people don't know who Clyde Drexler is. So they think Damian Lillard is the greatest Portland Trailblazers ever, when he's actually the third. He's not the second, and he's not the best. Just because he's a leading scorer of the franchise, that's pretty much a longevity stat of just taking so many shots. Like, Bill Walton won them a championship. Clyde Drexler got them to 2 NBA finals. But that's neither here or there, right? Even though it is. But pretty much Damian Lillard got tired of the act, and I think Portland was happy with that. You know, they was like, okay, this nigga finally won out. Cool. You feel me? They just drafted Scoot. They drafted his replacement, and, you know, they was okay with everything. It's just, I think when he just wanted to be traded to like one team, it threw them off, because it's like, and people was like, oh, he's been loyal. He's been like, nigga, stop. Stop. His loyalty has not gotten them anything. You know? He has been there for 11 seasons and only got 1 conference finals appearance. 1. And he played bad after every first round. Stop acting like his loyalty meant, like, actually did something for this organization. The Blazers literally didn't owe him shit. They didn't owe him shit. He never won them shit. The nigga didn't even win accomplishments for himself. People could talk about the top 75 and the gold medal. Everybody knows that Kyrie Irving was the original spot holder for the top 75, and they removed him because he did not get the jab. So yes, he has a fake ass top 75 status, and he got carried to a gold medal by Kevin Durant, Drew Holiday, and Chris Middleton. Legit carried. So no, nigga. You can talk about the All NBAs, you could talk about the All Stars and the Rookie of the Year, but that's it. But pretty much what ended up happening in today's report that came out by Bleacher Report, I think it was by Chris Haynes, which I'm about to put up on the screen right now, is that once it was starting to look like Damian Lillard was not going to be traded to the Miami Heat, he tried to rescind his trade request. And Joe Cronin and the Trailblazers said, nah, they changed the locks on his ass, and it's kind of funny how people are talking about, oh, the Blazers are just a terrible organization. Joe Cronin is a terrible person, but these are the same type of guys, right? If your woman told you, hey, look, I'm finna try to get with this guy. I'm finna try to sleep with him. Your longtime girlfriend, y'all been together for 11 years, y'all done had ups and downs, and, y'all stayed with each other when y'all could have been separated. You feel me? Like, she's not the highest caliber of girlfriend you can get. You're not the highest caliber of boyfriend that she can get, but y'all stuck together and y'all made it work, right? And she tells you, hey, baby, I'm finna try to sleep with this other guy, or I'm finna try to get with this other guy, and if that doesn't work out, I'm gonna come back to you. These are the same guys that would say, oh, that nigga is simple, he take her back, this is some sucker shit, he's a cuck, he's this and that. Damian Lillard did the same exact shit this entire summer, trolling, welcome to Miami, playing in the background, posting himself in a Miami Heat jersey, saying he only wanted to play for the Heat. His agent going around telling other teams not to trade for him because he wouldn't suit up for him, threatening not to show up to training camp if it's not the Miami Heat. This nigga did everything. He went above and beyond to try to get to the Miami Heat. He did the absolute most. Like the absolute most. Only wanted to be traded to one place and was trying to force the hand of the Portland Trailblazers. And because he wasn't about to get his way and the Portland Trailblazers said, nah, you're not welcome back here, that makes Joe Cronin and the Portland Trailblazers wrong? Are you guys fucking stupid? Are you stupid? That same analogy that I use pertaining to a guy and his girlfriend dating for 11 years and she wanted to be with somebody else, and if that didn't work out, he would take her back. And if y'all said that's some sucker shit, Dame did some sucker shit. You feel me? And he got dealt to the Milwaukee Bucks. He got put in a good situation, but Joe Cronin and them, they ain't do nothing wrong. They didn't. Shout out to the Blazers front office. Sure, I think that they could have got more back for him, but like for a player that did all of that toxic shit in this offseason, I'm talking from July till now. From July till now, this nigga caused an entire ruckus, and you want to bring that person back into your organization? Like, nah. Hell nah. No. Y'all are delusional if you think that that was a good idea for the Portland Trail Blazers. And Portland Trail Blazers shouldn't be mad. They got Scoot Henderson. Oh, well, Scoot, I hope you're seeing how they treated Dame after 11 years. Dame just dissed this nigga on his way out. Ain't Scoot like 18 years old? 17? This nigga just dissed Scoot on his way out, talking about like they won't be able to replace him or something like that. Throwing shots at a kid that hasn't even stepped foot on the court for the NBA yet, outside of Summer League. Like, Damian Lillard hasn't won shit as a Portland Trail Blazers, but yeah, he's out here talking down on the next guy up. Why the fuck would Scoot give a fuck what Damian Lillard is or how he's being treated by the Portland Trail Blazers when he sees how this nigga talking shit about him? He wanted him traded. Dame had his time. And it's like he sees how he's doing the Blazers. Like, why would Scoot feel any type of way? Why? It's like, dude, it's his time. Dame had 11 years. Many stars don't get that much time. So whether people want to talk about loyalty, this and all that, the Portland Trail Blazers could have already traded him. They could have already traded him. Tyrese Halliburton got traded in his second year. You feel me? Zach LaVine as well. Like, bro, what? Many players did not get a chance to even have as much grace with an organization to be the guy, such as a Damian Lillard or a Jason Tatum. These guys can stink up the joint and always be the face of an organization. And when the organization finally gets another guy to replace them, all of a sudden, oh, it's a bad organization. No, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. And y'all know it. Dame had his time and he failed. He underachieved. He choked. It's Scoot Henderson's time, and that's okay. Joe Cronin didn't do nothing wrong by not allowing somebody who caused all that trouble to come back into the organization. He said, nigga, you wanted out, so you out. So it's like, that's a good thing. But back to the original point of this video, I feel like the Portland Trailblazers wanted Dame gone for a long time. It's just that because of the optics and the narrative that he created around himself, they couldn't trade him because they didn't want to be looked at as the bad guys. And then once they got Scoot, they stopped giving a fuck because Dame was going to force his way out anyway. Once he forced his way out and that whole loyalty act was dropped, it's like they stopped giving a fuck. It's like, nigga, we wanted you gone and now you're giving us what we want. Not only do we have Anthony Simons, Shaedon Sharpe, we got Scoot Henderson. And now we got DeAndre Ayton. Nigga, we don't need you no more. We're going to sell tickets based on those guys. They're young. They're going to be hungry. And hell, they might accomplish the same thing as you in a Blazers uniform outside of the scoring. So it's like, what do we need you here for? So people can be mad at Joe Cronin. They can be mad at the Blazers. But at the end of the day, they did the right thing for the Portland Trailblazers. Like, in not allowing him back. They been wanting him gone. They saw that he was not the guy. They saw that he was going to keep getting outplayed by Steph Curry. When it comes to the second round, he wasn't going to perform. And people talk like, dude, Damian Lillard was not who y'all think he is. Damian Lillard is not no LeBron James. Like, dude, literally, literally, bro. Kevin Durant's entire stint in OKC, which is what, 9 years? 9 years is better than anything Damian Lillard has accomplished in his career. Anything. Kevin Durant, multiple conference finals appearance, a finals appearance, an MVP, multiple scoring titles, 50, 49. I'm like, bro, come on now. It's night and day. It's night and day. KD accomplished more in OKC than Dame has in his entire career. And KD has been in Brooklyn since. KD has been in Phoenix now. It's like, dude, he accomplished more. He's been in Golden State, of course. Like, it's not even close. So we need to stop talking about Damian Lillard as if he's this juggernaut player that has accomplished so much. He hasn't. He hasn't. So that's all I got to say about this video, man. I feel like the Portland Trailblazers would have dealt him if he didn't start the whole narrative of him being loyal and shit. It felt like he was pretty much holding the organization hostage until he got tired of acting like he was loyal. Because I feel like there was a percentage of loyalty there, but I think it was completely overblown and overvalued by the media and by the casuals and by the fans. And, you know, his loyalty didn't equate to anything. Giannis' loyalty equated to a championship. LeBron's loyalty to Cleveland, he came back and got them a championship, you know? Steph's, a championship. You feel me? Jokic, a championship. You know? Like, your loyalty don't mean shit if you don't win nothing. If you don't make it far, your loyalty don't mean nothing. That's just a word. Like, because, like, the Portland Trailblazers didn't get nothing out of Dame that Dame didn't get out of them. You feel me? He sold them tickets. He sold tickets for them and he got paid. That's the only thing. It was a mutual relationship. They both got out of the relationship what they got out. Dame didn't get no more out of the relationship, and the Portland Trailblazers didn't get no more out of the relationship. So it is what it is, man. And that's just how it goes. So that's all I got to say. Peace.